Hello, my name's Mark Graham. I'm the owner of this property.
Hey Mark, how you going?
Well, thank you.
Surprised you found it.
Yeah, it's remote. I own this property.
Yeah.
There's been the installation of, there's been firstly an act of trespass.
Yes.
Secondly, there's been the installation of a gate upon my property.
Yes.
Thirdly, there's been an assault upon me by Luke Seckham, a Forestry Corporation officer. Yep. Fourthly, there's been damage to and destruction of nationally and New South Wales listed threatened species habitat upon my property. Fourthly, there's been a whole lot of intimidatory, abusive and insulting conduct by these members of the New South Wales Forestry Corporation.
All right. The first thing is Piper and I are wearing our body worn video. It's recording everything we say and do. It's recording everything you guys say and do as well, okay? When I see you recording, no problem with that. You can record all you want. Firstly, the first thing is I'd like to deal with the assault first.
Certainly, that's the highest order of business.
I think.
Yeah.
So we'll deal with that first.
Sure.
And then we can address the other issues. Is that cool?
I'm good with that. Let's look at them in a cascading series of severity and consequence.
Sure. So what I'll do, Mark, is if you can give me a brief rundown just about that incident. Sure. And then I'll ask if you want to provide a statement. If you want to do that, we can do a notebook statement here at the scene. Yep. We can do one at the station, or we can go somewhere else, whatever you want to do. Sure. But I can't take action without that statement.
Yeah, no, look, okay. I'm happy to make a statement under oath. Secondly, I'm happy to provide all the material evidence that I have about that assault, and I guess others may or may not be willing to act as witnesses in that matter.
Like I discussed earlier, I have spoken to the forestry people. I did talk to Luke. They had 2 sets of footage, which I've said I want as well. But I think this gentleman has the footage that I really want, because he was right next to both of you when the alleged incident took place. So if you're willing, if you have access to that and are willing to supply that, that would make things a lot
I have a
easier
copy
for
of that.
everybody.
It's slightly reduced, degraded resolution, but I can get the original unreduced resolution
I'm
file.
happy for you to show me, and I can record it on my body worn on your phone or someone's phone. Yep. And then you can supply me a proper version on a flash drive at a later time. Yep. That's fine.
Sure.
All right.
So yeah. In relation to that event, I proceeded from my vehicle through the gate that was illegally installed upon my property.
So this is where it happened, is that right?
I'll show you. I'll show you approximately. So my boundary is through there. This is all my property. Yes. All of it. All of it. The assault happened. So there was an excavator, a forestry vehicle here with a trailer which had brought in the excavator.
So just to clarify, the footage was taken this way, or
well,
that way?
Their footage would have been taken this way,
cool.
and the footage closest to me and my footage was taken from the north to the south and me from the east to the west. Sure. And it was over in about here somewhere, and I was in front of the forestry vehicle talking to Mr. Seckham about this position. Mr. Seckham comes up to me and bumps me with his chest and belly to the extent that, so this is Mr. Seckham, boom, made significant contact with me. I then went back against the vehicle. Okay. It was a significant physical contact made with my person. I feared for my safety. I did not feel good about it. I did not consent to Mr. Seckham touching me. I wish him to be charged with assault. It didn't occasion actual bodily harm. It hurt me in terms of my distress, my traumas that were generated by the act of this public servant. But apart from, those harms, I have not sustained further or other physical harm.
Okay, all right. Can I just ask some clarifying questions in regards to that? When Mr. Seckham came up to you, you said that he barged you with his chest and his belly.
He's got quite a belly.
Yep. Did he use his hand at any time?
No, it was this type of a movement.
Okay.
And it was violent.
Yep.
And it was an act of physical, personal violence. It made significant contact with me to the extent that, I was moved back by his force.
Yeah. After that happened, did he say anything to you?
He did, actually. He said words to the effect, "You're in my way, or get out of the way." Something along those lines. Okay. He didn't at any stage deny that he'd made contact with me, and by virtue of that, assaulted my person.
Yeah, all right. So at the time you were recording, is that correct?
I have a video of
Yep.
my own, yes.
Yep.
It's about 560 megabytes.
Yep.
It goes for nearly 4 minutes. I have almost all of the events covered
Yep.
in some significant gigabytes of footage, which I'm happy to provide the lot. I drove here. There are some preceding events that I'll probably make in a later statement.
Yep.
I became aware
Yep.
that a gate that was installed further back there that had been blocking my only access to my home
Yes.
since February the 1st, I received a letter from Dean Caton.
Let me, I'll just stop
Sure.
you there.
Sure.
The reason I do that is that obviously Forestry are making some other allegations. They're making an allegation of trespass and a malicious damage. So I don't want you to say something now that, because we're recording it, may later be used in evidence.
I'll make
okay?
very clear, officer, this is my property.
Okay.
They were on my property.
I'm just being as transparent as I possibly
Thank you.
can,
I
that's all.
appreciate that. Now, when I'm on my property,
Yep.
I have significant lawful rights to do
Yep.
all sorts of stuff.
Yep.
I'm sure you're aware of that.
Yep, yep.
My freehold property affords me significant rights to act, do, and say all sorts of things that are not afforded to me in lands that I do not own or lands that belong to the Crown.
All right. So, like I said, just to make sure that you're aware of that. So, when that was taking place, you were recording, and I don't know this gentleman's name, but that gentleman, I saw that gentleman on the footage as well,
Yep.
and that lady as well.
Yep.
I know that you're recording, but they are as well. Would you be able to stop that so I could look at that recording? Are you
My
okay with that?
recording, or
If you stop your recording, they will continue to record. That's fine.
is that okay? Do you have enough capacity to continue recording?
But that will then allow you to show me that footage
Absolutely.
we discussed, and I can capture that on my body.
So you would like to see the footage of the assaults upon me
Yes,
about the
please.
4 minute? Sure.
Yes, please.
Sure.